Here's your BoobTube.
Ransom is in the BoobTube studio. What's going on, Ransom?
Marco, we got some pretty disturbing news coming out today about Michael Jackson. Now, police reports reveal that the late Michael Jackson amassed a collection of gruesome pornography and violent images, including animal torture, S&M, and gore at Neverland Ranch. Santa Barbara's County Sheriff Department discovered the material November 2003 when Jackson was being investigated for child sexual abuse. He had in his possession photos and videos of both children and adults in perverted positions, as well as drugs to treat sex addiction. On top of that, he also had photos of animal sacrifices, sexually explicit images that showed animal sacrifices, and shocking images of child torture, end quotes.
You know, I got to tell you, Michael Jackson, and the media won't talk about it, but he is a nasty, disgusting thug. He really is a bad guy. Bad guy.
Yeah, that's... I mean, I'm not shocked that you're basically the story is telling me that Michael Jackson is weird because, like, everything he's done has been, like, super weird and all these allegations have been around for, like, a decade.
Yeah, he's just a disgusting, nasty man.
Yeah, one private investigator also reported that the pop star even had sexy underwear shots of his nephews, members of the band 3T. Jackson was charged with child molestation back in 2003, although he was later acquitted in 2005. He paid roughly $200 million in hush money, and there were at least 20 different individuals who got that money.
So it's just better off that he's dead for everybody.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I don't think the world needs a guy like this. Better off dead.
How about a happier story, guys? It seems like,
Why?
you know.
Let's just
Let's just see how
you
dark
mix
we
it
can
up
get.
a little? All
Yeah,
right.
why not?
That's fine.
You would think that running a marathon, the worst part about running a marathon would be actually running a marathon, but now you have to worry about this. There was a woman in New Mexico who was running a marathon on Saturday in a national park and just outside of Santa Fe, and in the middle of running the marathon, she got attacked by a bear. It's not clear how far she was into the race when it happened, but its cubs were nearby, so that's why it attacked. The woman ended up with injuries on her head, her neck, upper body. Thankfully, none of the injuries were life-threatening, although she did have to be airlifted to the hospital. Unfortunately, the bear had to be euthanized after it was caught.
You hear a lot about these marathon runners. They get into a zone, you know, because, I mean, you wonder how you can run 26 miles.
Right.
But they say they get into a zone and they can't even feel anything. They can barely see.
Yeah, it's called your second wind.
Right. Or the
Or
15th
runner's
wind,
high
maybe.
or whatever,
I get
yeah.
second wind and I can't run 26 miles. But they go, what kind of zone are you in that you run into a bear? I mean, that's a zone.
Well, it's a national park in New Mexico, so obviously.
No, but it's a bear. You know what I mean? That's a hell of a zone. to go and run and then the bear, you collide. I mean...
Yeah.
That's incredible.
I will say this, a marathon runner getting mauled by a bear is actually a happier story than our first one.
It did take a more positive spin. Yeah, it did. I saw a guy the other day, was driving around, I think I was on the 215, and, you know, you see all those marathon stickers, 26.2?
Yeah.
And I guess every time you run a marathon, these marathoners got to put a sticker on their car. Well, this car has like 17 of them. Like, you can barely see the back window. I'm surprised it's legal to drive. And it's kind of a beat-up junker car. And I'm going, well, good thing the person runs because this thing could break down. They may have to hoof it out. But I get on the other side of the car. They're driving pretty slow. I get on the other side of the car. I look in there, and it's this big, fat guy. I mean, this guy weighs like 375 pounds. And I'm spotting him probably 25 lbs.
Right.
And I look over at him, and he waves and he smiles, you know. So he's doing a bit. This guy doesn't run marathons, but he's got 17 26.2 stickers. I thought it was genius. And, you know, everybody's looking at him because the stickers, like I said, he can barely see out of the back. He must get pulled over all the time.
I've ran one marathon in my life. Never again. Worst experience of my life.
Did you put the sticker on your car?
No, absolutely not. I got a medal and a T-shirt after it, but I felt so bad afterwards, and they had to hook an IV to me because I was so dehydrated. And I thought to myself, I'm never doing that again.
How about the people that do the 13.1 sticker? You're basically saying, I am half of what other people are. Here's my half of accomplishment, 13.1.
That's still pretty good accomplishment.
Well,
13 and a half miles is.
It's more than I could do, but I have no interest in marathon. First of all, I'm far too lazy to train to run almost 30 miles.
It's like a full-time job.
Second, when I heard that these runners lose their toenails during the race,
Bad
I'm like,
too.
Bad. Why?
Yeah. It's a lot of things in the negative column to doing that.
Yeah, I remember the marathon that I ran in, there was a guy who tried to do it barefoot. And at about mile 14, 15, he had to stop because he actually broke a lot of bones in his feet. Like, he got into some sort of zone where he couldn't even feel his feet anymore, and it's because they were broken. So because you don't have that cushion of a shoe, he was just pounding onto the asphalt, and he broke a ton of bones in his feet. It was disgusting.
Functionally retarded zone. I mean, who would try that? I mean, who would try that?
I mean, they made shoes. Use them.
What's the next ransom?
Speaking about bears, how about this? There was a mountain biker in California last week who had a GoPro video. He actually took video of himself crashing into a bear. This is another story about a bear. It was part of his helmet
at this point, I'm kind of wondering, are you making all these stories up? Because we're crashing into bears every other story.
No, so we got the audio right here.
All right.
That was a bear.
Sounded like he's sleeping with the bear. It sounded like Michael Jackson with an animal. Did you hear that? But you're saying this is audio from the GoPro of him crashing.
Yeah, he had a GoPro on his helmet. He slowed it down. I'm going to put the video up on the Marco and Jeets Facebook page so you guys can check it out. But yeah, he slows it down. As he's turning a corner, there's a bear that just crosses his path. And he's going fast, too. Nails it, goes over his handlebars, and just tumbles a couple of times.
What happens to the bear? He just runs away?
He just keeps running.
Listen to the noises this guy's making, though. Jesus.
Oh, that was a bear.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. If we played porn or bear crash, I would have gone porn on that one, to be honest with you.
I got a funny suspicion that in the next burnout traffic, there's going to be a bear collision on the 215.
My God.
All right, so for the most part, TV today kind of sucks. Unless you are a soccer fan, there's some pretty big games on today. The final matches of their group stage of the Euros kicks off at 9 a.m. on ESPN. And then later on tonight, the U.S. men's national team will have a chance to make the Copa America finals. It's going to be hard, though, because they're playing against Leo Messi and Argentina, who have been so good during this tournament. That game is tonight at 5:30, and that is it, guys.
All right. Thank you, Ransom. There's your BoobTube. It's X1075.
In applying